NBC Sports and the LPGA Tour proudly present final day coverage of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. It's a week-long celebration of women's golf, highlighting the global nature of this sport. And here in the city by the bay, we're at TPC Harding Park. It's hosted so many big championships in its nearly 100 years on the men's side, but the women having at it here today in Thailand and Australia, with their fans cheering them on from across the Bay Area. They have come to this famed public course layout along the shores of Lake Merced on what is a spectacular day with the Pacific Ocean just across Skyline Drive. So here's what we have today: the championship and consolation matches, U.S. versus Sweden after the semifinals this morning. 2 singles matches and a foursomes match. The first country to get 2 points, 2 wins essentially, is going to win this international crown. Not going to have any ties, going to keep playing if they're tied at the end of the 18th. And this is the 6th, and it's Ariya Jutanugarn for birdie. Is it another one? She finally missed.
And you think back to this morning, that putt that she made on the 17th that got her team of Thailand into the finals. That was really, it was a tight match this morning.
Against Danielle Kang and Nelly Korda. They were tied, and it was a birdie for Ariya. Then they were able to tie the 18th and win the match. You've heard from Morgan and me, as well as Tom Abbott, Paige McKenzie, Kay Cockrell on the course, and Davide Lantos, our rules official, in the booth with us from the Ladies European Tour. And the Jutanugarns looking on as 37-year-old Aussie Sarah Kemp, who just got into this event at the very last moment. In the very final qualifying event, she finished .0027 ahead of LPGA rookie Grace Kim to get her spot on this team. And now a chance for a win here at 6.
This is a pretty formidable duo here, paired with Minjee. They were 5 under par this morning in their alternate shot match. That's,
yeah.
And that wasn't through 18 holes. What did they play, 15 holes? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty impressive around this golf course especially.
They remain tied through 6. Take you out to the 8th hole just a moment ago. Atthaya Thitikul, the 20-year-old who last year won the Louis Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year, ascended to #1 for a couple of weeks. Been brilliant this week, unbeaten.
She had oh my gosh, I was gonna say no bogeys this morning. Didn't even give Lexi an inch. What a shot there.
And so that has been conceded. Now Kiriakou to answer and stay 1 up.
Australia 4, Thailand 3, matches tied.
So this has been a volatile match, and they are tied through 8. So glad to have you with us here for this championship Sunday of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. We said it earlier, Morgan. The Thais seeded 6th, the Aussies seeded 7th. We say it every time we have this format. It's match play. You never know. Both teams have been brilliant so far.
They really have been. I think that you look at the way that the Thai team has played, 6-0 in pool play, only having lost 1 match so far this week. That was this morning, one of the semifinal matches. But the Australian team has a lot of fight, and I think we've seen that from Stephanie Kiriakou, from Sarah Kemp, and of course proven winners Minjee Lee and Hannah Green holding that team down as well. There's a lot of pride out there today, and I think we're going to see that as this day progresses.
Yes, the Thais are seeded 6th, but let's look at the team. You've got Ariya Jutanugarn, who is a former #1 in the world. Atthaya Thitikul, you know, top 6 player in the world, top 5 player in the world. And then you got Patty Tavatanakit, who's been so important this week to this team. She's dropped below 60 in the Rolex rankings, but she's a major champion who's showing some signs of getting back to that form that took her to a major victory.
I think we've seen that form from both Patty and from Aria this week. Aria has played better than I think that we've seen her play in a long time, and I spoke to her caddy earlier this week about it, and he said if she keeps playing like this, she's going to start winning again.
And how impressive for the Jatanagarns. They were 3-0 in 4-ball competition. Then they won their foursomes match this morning. And again, it's the first team today to win 2 matches. No ties. They're going to keep going until each match has concluded, even if that means extra holes.
32 shot. You like that? Yeah, you got wedge there. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
All right. Paige McKenzie is following this second singles match. Patty T getting ready.
Yes, and she was nearly 20 yards further than Hannah Green on this tee ball. Patty has 135 yards remaining. Hannah hit to the center of the green, is in good shape, but I think with Patty having the shorter club in and nothing really in trouble around this whole location, she can be aggressive. Wind moving a little from right to left.
So one of these countries is going to win the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. For the first time, we're going to have a 4th different winner of this competition that goes back nearly a decade. This is a birdie putt for Patty Tavatanik at 8.
It appears to have a double break that's really subtle.
Opportunity for Hannah Green coming up in a moment to cut into that deficit. First to the 9th.
And Stephanie Kiriakou to win the hole.
Kind of a tricky putt, Tom. Downhill sliding left to right.
That'll be conceded. Par 3 9th, played up the hill.
Hannah Green is trying to hoist a trophy for a 2nd consecutive Sunday. This is her for birdie at 8.
Playing it just a little left to right.
When you're 2 down and you have a putt to win a hole, you just can't leave it short.
Thailand 4. Thailand
You don't know how many opportunities you're going to have. Got to take them when they're given to you that way.
She won a playoff last week down in Southern California at Wilshire, her 3rd title.
The Australians have already played here. They're through the green. This is Thailand's 2nd. Oh, that one is just delightful from Aria, and she sets up her sister with a birdie putt. So 2 singles match play and 1 foursomes match in the Australia-Thailand bout. Now Tidakun for par to tie the hole at 9. Okay, so they both make 3 there.
All is tied with 3.
All right, it is Thailand and Australia in the championship because of what happened this morning in the semifinals. The Aussies against the Swedes, and this was a runaway. This match and all 3 matches for the Aussies. This is Kiriakou at the 15th, and she would defeat Anna Nordqvist 4-3, never trailed against a player who has been so steady in Solheim Cups for Sweden. Then Hannah Green against Caroline Hedwall. That was for birdie at 16, and a 3-2 victory for Hannah, and that wrapped it up, only needing 2 points. But Minji Lee and Sarah Kemp would make it a clean sweep. This was Minji to close it out at 15.
Like I said, they were 5 under in foursomes here. What a score. Tough to beat.
These were the 2 steadiest, according to the 4 Aussies in the practice rounds, and they split up into 4 balls earlier and were brilliant. And then it was Thailand versus the USA in the first match. Titigun against Lexi Thompson. Only needed 2 putts here to beat Lexi at 16.
She didn't make a bogey all morning. Played flawless golf. Never gave Lexi an inch.
3-2 win for Titigun. Lilia Vu would defeat Patty Tavatanek at 1-up, and it set up this deciding match. Tied until the 17th, when Arya Jatanakarn rolled in that birdie. They would tie the 18th, giving Thailand the victory, and this is how they did it with Morya Jatanakarn after Arya smoked a 3-wood.
She's just eyeing this. Watch this bounce up. And all they had to do was tie this hole at this point.
And when Nelly Korda couldn't make a long putt for eagle from off the green, Arya putted it up there to tap in range. It was conceded. And Thailand and Australia play for the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown. Great morning of golf.
This is out at the 9th, and Patty Tavatanek up the hill. It's going to settle below the hole. Give her a look at birdie. Australia got up and down for par here at 7. And the Thai pair, the Jatanakarn sisters, have a putt to win the hole here and go up in this match for the first time.
It's been a lot of fun, Tom, to watch them play this week. They have such comfort with each other, obviously as sisters, and practicing together and knowing each other's games inside and out. And I think that's part of the reason why we've seen Arya play so well this week, better than I think we've seen her play in a long time, and showing signs of the Arya that did take her to major champion, #1 in the world status.
Yeah, a player that's won 12 times on tour, 2 major championships, but her last win came with her sister in the team event. So when they team up together, they have success. That's the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. That came in 2021. Different formats in that event, much like the PGA Tour stop in New Orleans.
Australia 4, Thailand 3, Thailand 1-up.
That gives Thailand the advantage there. Slim lead in that match. Now back over to the 9th, and Hannah Green.
The tee up a little bit and that hole location up a little bit, so shorter hole than normal. Not bad to stay below the hole.
Yeah, both players below the hole, so it's going to come down to putting, as it usually does in match play. It's Australia, Thailand, and the US versus Sweden here. Comes down to putting here at the 9th. Hannah Green with the birdie try.
Got this right to left up the hill, relatively slow.
Oh, just took a little hop there. Might have taken the speed out of it. I'm not sure it would have got there or not. But on line, yeah, you can see her reaction to leaving it short.
All right, in that first match of these 3 in the championship, we're at the 10th, and Steph Kyriakou.
You know, from the left center of the fairway, Titigun has hit a good shot on the green already. Oh, and that looked like it got a good bounce.
And you can see the Olympic Club across Lake Merced, where the U.S. Women's Open was contested in 2021. Thailand leads in 2. One of them's a 2-up lead. One's a 1-up lead.
So just seen Hannah Green miss. Now Tavatanek to win the hole.
Yeah, this a mirror image, also slow, left to right this time.
Yeah, and she also leaves it short. So both players not quite getting the pace right there up the hill.
Today's coverage is brought to you by Hanwha Life Plus, a leading finance group in South Korea. By Skechers Go Golf, comfort-driven styles worn by Brooke Henderson. And by CME Group, where risk meets opportunity. It opened in 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge, one of the most internationally recognized symbols of San Francisco. The American Society of Civil Engineers called it one of the wonders of the modern world. Take a look at our tournament summary brought to you by Volunteers of America. 8 teams began the week. We're down to these 2. Australia swept Sweden comfortably in the semifinals this morning. And for the first time in their 4 appearances, they're into the Sunday competition. And then Thailand flawless the first 3 days of 4-ball.
Both teams, I mean, these are the 2 best teams and the way that they've played so far this week, and they deserve to have a spot to win the international crown today. All 4 players on each team have been so strong, and it's been fun to watch.
The Thais swept the Aussies in 4-ball yesterday. Different formats today.
Yeah, so it's just a touch off it. But no, you can take the others 2 together. It's possible. Yeah.
This is one of those matches that Thailand leads. Minji Lee at the 8th.
Minji's such a spectacular iron player. Not surprised to see her teeing off on the odd-numbered holes, taking advantage of her ability with her iron game.
So Moria with her approach at the 8th.
This whole location all the way in the back left today. The green slopes a little bit off to the right on the right side, and everything to the left slopes down. But even though she's coming out of the first cut, she's got a really good angle here. Would expect about 5 or 8 paces of release once it lands on the green. Looks like tried to saw something off there.
All right, so you have the foursomes matches this morning in the semifinals and here in the championship, and it does require a bit of strategy, doesn't it, to decide who's going to tee off on which hole?
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy that goes into what golf ball you play and things like that, but also who tees off on the odd holes versus the even holes. These are the par 5s here at Harding Park, 3 of them being odd holes. And then if you tee off on the odd holes, you're hitting 6 drives, 13 approaches, not including going for the green on par 5s. That's a bit of a gray area. Here you see the par 3s, 3 of them being odd numbered holes. So typically your better iron player would play on this golf course on the odd holes. Your evens would be maybe your longer hitter, somebody who would hit 8 drives, and maybe a better birdie putter, or putter in general, somebody who is going to make those putts for birdie, which we've seen Aria do teeing off today on the evens.
An area, when she was #1 in the world, was also the best putter statistically on tour, and still is in that top 10 range on the LPGA Tour. At the 10th, Kiriakou to win the hole. That was just a moment ago, so in with a par. And now live, Titakun for par to tie the hole.
This should pull down to her left a little. And a really good 2-putt from the back of the green.
Ties the hole and keeps the match tied.
The match remains tied.
So much talent, this 20-year-old. Barely 20, just turned 20 in February. Already a multiple winner on the LPGA Tour and briefly #1 in the world last fall. that's who's playing and what they're playing for. There is a consolation match going on. The U.S. versus Sweden, already out in front of this group. And how about the opportunity for Sarah Kemp this week to play with a couple of major champions, and Hannah Green and Minjee Lee, and then of course the young Steph Kyriakou.
Yeah, this was a huge goal of hers coming into this season, was to make this team, and she's played in the way to prove that she belongs, and it's been very impressive to watch. She is a very consistent player, maybe doesn't make as many birdies as somebody like Minjee Lee, but she doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and that can be really beneficial in a format like this.
Roughly 250 LPGA starts, hasn't won yet, but has contended a couple of times. That was conceded, and the Jatanagarns will have a chance to win this hole and extend their lead. How about this 11th hole?
Yeah, the downhill, dogleg left, par 4, just trying to keep something short right of that bunker off the tee. Like most fairways, somewhat narrow here around TPC Harding Park. Hole location front center today. As you can see, a lot of undulation around this green. Tough to get it super close today. Got to control your spin.
And Ataya Tidakun going with driver. And 275 yards to that bunker.
You guys just stand still, please.
Yeah, that's just fine there. And we'll go back to 8.
And Ari Jatanagarn to win the hole.
It's just like,
Is this a highlight package or is this real?
it's just continual. She is so confident with that putter this week.
They said we don't feel sorry for each other when we miss a shot. That's our strategy.
You can talk to a sister like maybe you can't talk to any other teammate.
You would know that, right? 11.
Kyriakou on the tee.
Taking a little more aggressive line towards the center. The rough does cut in on the left, but that'll be fine.
I think this is a player, you talk about area putting well, getting confidence in her game. Kyriakou has played well this week and has impressed. Wouldn't surprise me if she takes the form that she showed here in match play into stroke play events coming up. Next week she will be in the field at the Cognizant Founders Cup at Upper Montclair as the LPGA goes coast to coast. Heads to New Jersey and the metro New York area. This is the 9th hole and the final match. Jatanagarn sisters against Kemp and Lee. Sarah Kemp and Minjee Lee. And sister acts on the LPGA Tour. It's not unprecedented to have two sisters playing together. I've talked about Ari and Moria. Nelly and Jessica Korda playing in the Solheim Cup together, 2019 and 2021. Leona and Lisa Maguire in the Curtis Cup. Lisa did not follow her sister into the pro stardom ranks. She does work for her sister, but Leona, of course, a star on the LPGA Tour and a star of the Solheim Cup in her own right, but the twin Irish sisters played together in the Curtis Cup. 4th appearance for both Ari and Moria, and one of 4, well, 2 of 4 players to have played in every Hanwha LIFEPLUS International crown, along with Lexi Thompson and Minjee Lee.
Never got the chance, Tom, to play in a match with my sister, but I think it would have been a lot of fun and very comfortable to. I mean, just like I said, you can be blunt and honest with your sister like you maybe wouldn't with any other teammate that you'd be paired up with. And
trying to turn it in there. We know the flag is on the front. Good shot there. Never say never. There's been rumblings of kind of like a senior Ryder Cup. Maybe we'll have a senior Solheim Cup one day.
Yeah, maybe Madison's listening. Get to practicing. We got a long way to go before the seniors.
Yeah, good point. Hannah Green at the 10. And she'll have that for her par. Back to the 9th.
And Minjee Lee for Australia. Have our top tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance. Good line below the hole, so 2 good looks at birdie, making this hole a little shorter for the final matches, and players are taking advantage. Let's go to 10.
And Patty Tavatanakit for birdie, and this to win the hole.
Yeah, good look here. Left to right the whole way. It almost tries to go uphill a little bit and then downhill as it cascades from left to right.
Patty Tavatanakit got to the top 10 in the world. Victory at the Chevron Championship in 2021. Last year was a big struggle and was struggling to make cuts. Burst into tears when she finally made a cut last summer in Scotland. Some things happening off the course as she tried to get her swing back to the level it was that took her to major championship heights. And now as she plays another major champion, she's got a chance to help Thailand win the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International crown. Hannah to tie the hole, and she really can't afford too many more mistakes here.
No, and she's lost a little bit of control on some of her ball striking. Missed the fairway right, had a ball above her feet in the rough, ended up in that tough lie out of the bunker. So this would be stealing a par here. Well done.
Up and down from that greenside bunker for Hannah Green. She stays 2 down. First one to win 2 matches will win the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International crown.
Back with the tie at Titicaca. This to win the hole at the 11th.
Really difficult putt that snaps left.
Oh, dear.
She was a little tentative on that. Her opponent still not in yet with par.
Yeah, it's probably got 5 feet, maybe slightly less. It's a birdie putt here to win the hole at the 9th. Just putter keep working.
She's birdied this hole, I think, just about every day. Certainly all 3 of the pool play matches.
Australia 3, Thailand 2, Thailand.
That's 3 holes in a row that pair have won. So they are rolling along well in the final match. Kiriaku's trying to keep it tied here.
Tom, the first big mistake, she had a 9-iron in her hand and missed the green, the first green she's missed today. But manages to get up and
Ball
down.
is tied with 4s. The match remains tied.
Kind of a rematch of sorts. Lost in the 4 balls to Tavatanakit and Titicaca earlier this week. So Steph Kiriaku trying to get her own back.
Mentioned there is a consolation match, U.S. versus Sweden, both having lost in the semifinals. Madeline Saxner came out this morning, Morgan, eagled the first hole and never looked back. She's going to win 6-4 here against Lilia Vu.
I think a little frustrated maybe from this morning, and taking down Lilia Vu. It's a tough match.
Sweden gets a point. The U.S. leads in the other 2. There's a little difference in cash for 3rd versus 4th. All right, this championship comes down to Australia and Thailand. And we are at the 12th, moved up today, 266 yards, an iron for Titicaca.
I'm surprised by this play. She has a lot of power. And
Driver too much?
no, not into the wind.
Maybe just playing to her percentages. I mean, we did see Lexi lose a ball up in the tree yesterday.
A big mistake taking an iron off the tee and hitting it in the rough. That was an oddity there. Tabatanek at second. Oh yeah, I could see with the club twirl, she loved it. Says she really enjoys this golf course. Had success here in college, won an NCAA regional here. One of the few players in the field with experience at TPC Harding Park.
190.
So Titigan laid up in the rough. Kiriaku's turn now.
She's going to lay up as well, pulling a hybrid out. And, you know, Morgan, I think these decisions are based on the fact it's still cool out here and the wind is hurting from the left. So it's 250 to the front, and that's playing more like 265 to 270. But still, I think with a good drive, these long hitters could get within 10 yards of the hole. I mean, of the green.
And most players tending to hit a bit of a draw, which makes those trees. And here we go, Tom, to your point. 2 missed fairways with 2 layups. Send it. Just send it.
Shirley Paxton, red, please.
Couldn't agree with you more, Morgan.
So 20/20 hindsight, but just the shot calls for a bit of a fade, a high fade.
While we have a moment, we want to remind you that LPGA USGA Girls Golf is on a mission to change the face of the game. You can join the movement and inspire the next generation of LPGA Tour players. Help make little girls' big dreams come true. Go to girlsgolf.org. Little girls and guys out here today cheering on these 4 teams vying for this championship and consolation matches.
One line, you see, it's quite a fairly steep slope, so it's either take a little left for this club. Yes.
Angie Lee at the 10th with a second coming up.
And they need to get something going here. They need to do something to put some pressure on the Jutanagarn sisters. Aria, anytime she has a putt seemingly inside of 30 feet, she's made it. And that's not going to help.
Up to the 11th.
Birdie putt here for Patty Tabatanek.
It's been textbook up until this point. Drive down the right side, short iron to this point. Hannah Green had hit it in the left rough, and it didn't hit a poor shot out, just released about 30 feet beyond the hole. So she has lagged it up. It's not been conceded. But Patty has a very nice look here. It's left to right, back up the hill.
This is to go 3 up in 2 matches for Thailand, with Australia short of the green there at the 10th. So this really is looking good at this point for Thailand. Still plenty of golf to be played, but they are comfortably ahead in 2 matches. And remember, all they need to do is win 2 matches. It doesn't matter what happens in that first match if they win those 2 matches to finish.
We're back at the 10th, and Aria Jutanagarn's tee shot sailed a bit right. So here's Moria's second.
You could see from Minji's shot, there's a big dip short right of this green. Got to carry it onto the front. What a shot out of that thick lie. Wow.
So the Jutanagarns unbeaten this week. They've won 3 holes in a row, and they've got a chance to win a 4th straight. This is the second shot for Ataya Titigan at the short 12th.
Kiriaku has missed the green left already.
Wow. Drivable par 4.
She choked way up on that K.
Yeah, she actually had a really good angle from that right rough and a decent lie.
Guess the rough didn't look like such a bad idea right now.
Thailand is up by multiple holes, 3 in fact, in the other 2 matches, including this one. And this could be a 4-up lead here at the 10th. Arya Jatanagarn. We talk about her power, Morgan, but as we said, when she was #1 in the world, she was also #1 on tour at various times in putts per green in regulation and putts per round, which doesn't happen very often.
That's what it takes to win. That's the difference maker. And
In the hole again.
she has putted like it has impressed me so much this week. And yes, we do talk about her ball striking and her power, but she has made clutch putts at pivotal moments so far this week and just continues to do that. 4th birdie in a row.
She has been a difference maker this week for sure. She's down to 83rd in the Rolex rankings, but that is in no way indicative of how impressive Arya is. All right, this is the 12th, and Steph Kiriako's got a par attempt before, I believe, before Titicun is going to putt for birdie.
It looks a little bit different from our angle here. It almost looks like Steph is closer, but it is important that whoever is away in match play has to go first, no matter what surface you're on or what you are playing for. So this a must make, or Ataya's putt will be conceded.
Last year as a rookie, she had a couple of solid starts in the first few months of the season, but shot 4 rounds of 72 at Congressional in that really difficult week with conditions so tough golf course. Tied for 10th and then tied for 7th at the AIG Women's Open.
She was quoted last year as saying, might be a bit arrogant, but I feel like I'm going to win majors. It's just a matter of time. And this is the best golf that we've seen from Steph so far in her career. And could it be the jump start that she needs, the comfortability playing? I mean, Team Australia has been so tight this week. They've gone to dinner, I believe, every night and celebrating Hannah's win last week. And just a lot of things going in the right direction for Team Australia.
Just 22 years old in her 2nd season out here. 22 her jersey number this week. By the way, I don't think it'd be arrogant if Atthaya Thitikul said she thinks she's going to win majors. I think we all believe Atthaya has big ones in her future, perhaps near future. This for birdie to win the hole.
Yeah, but to think that she's already been to #1 in the world for a short span in her almost shorter career. You think she'll be back there someday soon, possibly?
Australia 4.
5th in the world at the moment.
Thailand
and now
3.
Thailand leads
Thailand.
in all 3 matches. They just have to win 2 to put on that Hanwha LIFEPLUS international crown. Thitikul with a birdie at the 12th. So it's a 1-up lead for Thitikul, a 3-up lead for Patty T, and a 4-up lead for the Jatanagarns. Got the veteran Jatanagarn sisters and young Atthaya Thitikul.
Back at the 13th, the par 3, and Atthaya Thitikul just come off that win at the 12th.
It's a tough hole location, Tom, to get it close to today. Just over the edge of this bunker.
Oh,
wow!
That is terrific.
What a shot. Everything on the backside of that bunker bounces away.
At the 11th, this is Sarah Kemp.
Tom, jumped back, and Sarah Kemp from the left side of the fairway, she's pulled this, and the green kind of melts away on that left-hand side.
I wonder if she hit a sprinkler head there. That took quite a big hop. It's not the time to be making mistakes, Kay. They are 4 down. And on a slide at the moment, the Thai pair have won 4 in a row. Back over to 13, Steph Kyriakou. No, she doesn't like it. Well, advantage Thailand again. And we'll head back over to number 11. Let's see what the Thai sisters can do here with their second shot.
Yeah, ball sitting down just a little bit in the first cut. Wind hurting from the left. Just 126 yards helps the matter.
Yeah, it's a better one there. It's going to be her sister putting this time.
Well, each has made a boatload of putts this week, and specifically here in the middle part of this championship match. This was Moria Jatanagarn for birdie at 7. Helped when Area put her in tight. That gave them a 1-up lead after an early 2-down deficit. Then Area at 8 for birdie.
We have just seen this all week. This just re-racked the tape. I mean, every hole, every time Aria has a chance, she has, the hole must look like a trash can to her.
It did when she was #1 of the world, winning a couple of major championships, a dozen titles. This at the 10th for 4 holes. They're 2 down after 2. And now they're 4 up. So Australia has to flip around one of these huge deficits. Thailand has a 3-up lead in one of the matches and a 4-up in this one.
You're watching the final of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. It's Australia versus Thailand. There are 3 matches, 2 singles matches and a foursomes match. And the team that wins 2 of those matches is crowned champion. At the moment, Thailand leading all 3. And Kay Cockrell out watching the foursomes match here, and Australia not in for par before Thailand have putted for birdie. Is that right?
And you're absolutely right. That's never a good thing in match play. A rather poor chip by Hannah Green from a rather dodgy lie. And now Sarah Kemp hoping for something brilliant to happen, but this is a sliding putt from 20 feet for par.
So it's going to be a bogey. Sarah Kemp and Minji Lee teaming up together against the Jatanagarn sisters, Area and Moria. And they're going to have 2 putts to go 5 up in the match with 7 holes to play.
That's the kind of domination you want to have in match play. Morgan, you know very well that if you get 2 up, you want to get 3 up. 3 up, you want to get 4 up. You can never be up enough. And you know how momentum switches. So this kind of lead is very, very comfortable.
You were up a lot in your U.S. Amateur win.
Well, it's when you're up, you just got to keep the pedal down. You've got to close out the match. That's kind of the #1 thing that, you know, any captain would say in, you say, a Solheim Cup or team competition, or if you're playing match play at home against your buddies, close out the match. Don't let them back in. And here, 5 up, or 5 down, I should say, is a tough deficit to come back with.
Never want to give your opponent just even the slightest glimmer of hope. And Australia wanting to see this first putt, because this is tricky. It snaps down pretty hard to the left.
Well, when you're 4 down, you're definitely going to see it, aren't you?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
Right.
Just tickled it down there and it didn't get to the hole.
That was a real fooler right there, and has not left an easy par putt for her sister.
Well, this is one of those moments where the momentum could really change if Area misses the putt. Meanwhile, we'll go over to 13 and Titicoon for the birdie to win the hole. Moving left to right.
Even when she's missed putts today, Tom, they have barely missed and had perfect speed.
Okay, well, she's holed a lot of putts this week, Area, and she wasn't expecting to have to hole one here. But she's going to work. Is to win the hole. Wow.
That's a tie that feels like a win for Team Australia.
It just kind of sways the momentum a little bit, Kay. Even though they're 4 down, it gives them a bit of hope.
Thailand 5. Thailand remains 4 up.
You see Moria saying, I don't even know what I was thinking there. It's a very uncharacteristic mistake, and that is the little glimmer of hope that Team Australia wanted to see.
Hannah Green needs to make this to win the hole. She's left some putts short here.
And just not quite confident with her putting out there today. That's kind of what happens when you leave putt short. You're not really trusting what you see. Gets a little bit tentative.
She didn't make a lot until the end last week, but there may not be an 18th hole this week for her if she doesn't get going. 13.
Steph Kuriaka needs to make this to tie the hole, which she does. It's a good 2-putt in the end.
Hole is
Still
tied with
1
3.
down.
Thailand 1 up.
I want to remind you that IndyCar's most exciting month of racing starts with the Indy Grand Prix Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and then buckle up for the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500 on May 28th. It's all on NBC and Peacock.
Have you ever been?
Well, of course, we used to play the
No, have you ever been to the Indy 500?
I've never been to the actual Indy 500.
I have.
Yeah.
And it is an amazing
Your ears still
spectacle.
ringing?
My ears are still ringing, and I'm still jumping out of my seat from the crash that happened right into the barrier right in front of me.
All right. No crashes here, hopefully, for the Jatana Garns. Area is going to tee off here on this short par 4.
And we've seen different ways to play this hole, to lay up short of those bunkers on the left with the tee moved up. It is reachable, certainly reachable for Aria. You do have to navigate the giant cypress trees on the right side if you want to get it on the green. So that would be a decision maker or some way to sway you one way or the other. It looks like Aria's going with the fairway metal here, Kay?
Yes, it does. Yeah, she, you know, if she could hit a low, sort of low heater, she might be able to scoot it up there.
She tends to hit a draw. She likes to get the ball moving from right to left. Let's see what she comes up with here.
We did see a ball lost in the tree yesterday in pool play with Lexi Thompson on this tee to the right.
Just a little bit unsettled. Regroup. It's an intimidating shot. There's a lot that could go wrong, but there's also a lot that could go right if you pull it off.
Well, she went after that one hard, caught a lot of that, really solid.
And got it moving a little bit left to right. What a shot.
Oh, yeah.
What a bounce back from the 3-putt on the last hole.
Yeah, she seemed to like that one a lot. Colin Morikawa liked it a lot on this hole at the 2020 PGA Championship. Played as the 16th in that event. And it was a big jumble at the top of the leaderboard. Half dozen guys with a good chance to win. But Morikawa with the shot of the week. Went on to make eagle and win the first of 2 majors in consecutive years. And look at the recoil from Area.
She just, I mean, look at how confident she looks right there. She's swinging, I think, harder at the golf ball than we've seen in a while as well. And that shows confidence in her swing to really go after it.
She really battled shoulder injury for a good chunk of last year. a hip injury, I should say. And here's Sarah Kemp, who's a shorter, straighter hitter, and lays up. And this Australian duo of Sarah Kemp and Minjee Lee are running out of time. It's the championship at the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown, and Thailand is in control. At the 12th, Minjee Lee with her second. The Jatanagarns are up there by the green with her tee shot.
Yeah, that's a 58-degree wedge.
Back.
All right, she definitely needed to do that. Team Australia, you'd think, has to make birdie here. I don't think they're going to get another gift from the Thai duo.
Over at the 14th, the first of the 3 matches in this championship. Thai Titchkin one up. Steph Kiriaku's over this 14th green.
Just trying to bounce something up over that ridge. Didn't get any release on that, but leaves it below the hole.
Back 1 to 13.
And a par putt here to win the hole for Tavataniket.
Yeah, it's Hannah Green's just been a bit out of sorts, missed the green and failed to get up and down.
Australia 4, Thailand 3. Thailand is 4 up.
So there you go from the walking official from the PGA of America.
This could be settled very quickly. Back to the 12th, the second shot for Moria.
Yeah, just a couple paces off the front of the green. Going with a rather lofted wedge, Morgan, which I see younger players take that club, and I just don't understand why they don't chip with a 9 or an 8 iron from that position.
Yeah, I think it goes to the grass that you grew up on. I would say I would be more inclined to use a more lofted club. I would hardly chip with an 8 or a 9 iron, and growing up in Thailand with some sticky grass, you learn to kind of fly it a little bit more than keep it on the ground.
While we have a moment, I want to remind you that you can connect with the LPGA on social media. They're on Facebook, over on Twitter at LPGA, Instagram at LPGA_tour, as well as YouTube and TikTok. All right, Thailand is 8-1 this week over the course of 3.5 days. And our KPMG Insights shows you the highest percentage of holes led. Sweden still #1, but Sweden was knocked out of contention by the Aussies this morning in dramatic fashion. None of those matches got past the 16th hole, and a couple didn't get past 15. So here, Ariya Jatanagarn, a putt for birdie.
Uphill the entire way. She can go ahead and give this some extra hit.
Wow, and Australia has an opportunity to win the hole here. And we talk about momentum in match play. Was that last hole just the bit of momentum shift that Team Australia needed here? They would still need to come back in 2 of the matches, not just 1. But it's got to start somewhere, Kay.
It sure does, and they've gotten an opportunity. Now, what are you going to do with it? You have to take it.
Totally. They absolutely have to make this putt, Kay.
Yeah, if I'm Sarah Kemp, I can't wait to hit this putt, and I'm seeing nothing but the bottom of the cup. It's going to peel off a little to the right as it loses speed. But she's got to play this firm, get it there.
Oh, no.
So frustrating.
Looked like a good stroke, just
Yeah.
broke a
Australia
ton.
4, Thailand 4. Thailand remains 4 up.
But, I mean, as Kay mentioned, that really, if Team Australia has any chance of getting back into this match, they needed to make that putt, and that ball rolled really nicely, just cut across the hole at the last second.
So 4 down with 6 to play. And up we go to the 14th and the tee shot for Patty Tavatanakit.
She's such a tremendous driver of the golf ball, but this one looks like she's losing it a little right in the bunker, maybe?
It is headed right, yes.
Patty T could win the match on this hole if she were to win it. Up ahead, Titicun to win the hole. And Steph Kiriako coming in to take a peek. She'll have that for par, and it's going to be a conceded par for Titicun. All right, let's see Hannah Green's tee shot with our top tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance.
And a good opportunity for her to try to make some progress, but this is also leaking right.
That's just, I kind of sense Hannah's body language is a little bit flat. It's been a long day. They got up early, but
Long week for her, emotional after the win last week. Par putt to tie the hole for Steph Kiriakou. And so now at least a 2-up lead in all 3 matches for Thailand.
it's going to take a miracle right now, Grant.
Yep.
This is Maury Jutanagan on the tee here at the 13th, the par 3.
Tom, it just feels with Thailand that they set the motion early with their winning ways, and it's just become very normal and natural for them this week.
I just felt that their game suited this golf course. We talked about strong teams at the beginning of the week, and 3 players on the team with power games. This is a golf course we felt that would be an advantage. This looks good, Kay.
Yeah, this is a 6-iron, dropped down nicely near the hole.
Time and time again we heard players talk about this being a ball striker's golf course, and it was playing long with the conditions today. The best we've seen in terms of the weather. It's a nice day out there, but early in the week the wind was blowing, it was cold, the ball was not going very far, and being able to move the ball out there as 3 of the players on Team Thailand can do, big advantage. You've got to hold the putts though, and they have putted well.
And Tom, it shows what kind of mental fortitude and strength they've had. All these players that have gotten to this final, because the course was not set up easy either. Good looking swing, nice high tee shot.
Really good line, isn't it? Yeah. Not done yet. Not done yet. It's a tough task for Australia to fight back, but they still have a chance to do so. It's the championship match of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. Back at the 13th hole. Australia versus Thailand, the championship match here. And Thailand are in control, but in this match on this hole, Australia have a slight advantage with a better tee shot. Thailand putting first.
They do. Australia is in about half the distance. This from the center of the green.
Running out of steam, I think.
Right location, Tom. It seems like a lot of these putts that look faster, they just sort of flatten out by the hole and slow down.
And we'll go up one to the 14th.
Both players are in the fairway bunker. Patty T to go first.
Much more difficult lie than Hannah Green. Ball well above the feet. This is a 6-iron.
What a shot.
That
Wow.
was so good. Best shot of the day.
You got to keep your lower body so still with the ball that far above your feet in a bunker to catch it clean. Beautiful.
Maybe slightly shorter than the putt on the previous hole, Kay, here for Sarah Kemp.
Yeah, just slightly. This about a 7-footer. I think overall she can play this pretty straight and firm.
Needs to make it.
Oh boy, she pulled that to the left. That wasn't close.
Just a bit of nerves.
Wow, they're just letting Thailand off the hook. They've had 2 chances here to eat into the lead.
Thailand remains 4
And it's getting desperate for Australia, you have to say, running out of time to be able to reverse these big tie leads. Let's go to 14.
And Hannah Green second.
She's also at 170 yards. A little flatter lie.
She doesn't like it, I don't think.
And now it's headed right.
If Patty T wins this hole, she wins the match. She would win it 5 and 4.
Steph Kyriakou at the 15th, her second shot. Titicaca has already played. And that was an aggressive line, just trying to get it to sit. Let's go up to the 16th hole.
Yeah, the consolation match, the U.S. versus Sweden. Lexi Thompson has this to win the match. And she is able to knock off Maya Stark of Sweden. They may be locked up in singles. Who knows? This fall in the Solheim Cup. Sagstrom with a dominant victory over Lilia Vu. And that consolation match still to be decided. All right, this is Patty T at 14 to win the match. All right, so a par putt coming up for Hannah Green to extend this match.
Had a decent chip to this point, but there is an enormous leaderboard on the edge of this green, and Hannah took a good look at it as she was walking up, well aware of the desperation that Australia faces right now, so knows what she needs to do. Not much in this other than firm back of the cup.
So it's a 4-up lead with 4 to play for Patty Tavatanakit over last week's winner on the LPGA Tour, Hannah Green. Will need something special to force extra holes. She's got to win the next 4.
This is from the bunker here at the 15th. Ataya Titicaca. Remember, Kyriakou at the back of the green. How's it going to go? Not quite in the concession range, but it should be a 4 for Ataya Titicaca. She's 2 up in the match.
Today's coverage is brought to you by Hanwha LifePlus, a leading finance group in South Korea. And by Wind Grips, the best grips in golf. Known as the crookedest street in the world, Lombard Street. And some of the most expensive real estate in San Francisco as well. 8 turns in this famous 1-block stretch, and you haven't lived until you've seen Kay Cockrell take the Airstream down Lombard.
If you don't know the reference, you can check out the article about Kay driving around the country with her husband in an Airstream trailer. Back out to 15. Kyriakou for par. Oh dear, that was a really important putt for her to hold. She's 2 down, and now Titicaca will have a short putt to go 3 up with 3 to play. And if Steph is looking at the leaderboards, she will know that the other 2 matches are heavily favored towards Thailand right now. 4 up. It's been a good week for Steph Kyriakou. This is not necessarily a reflection of the way that she has played. A couple of big wins early, playing alongside Min-Ji Lee, beating the Koreans and the Japanese pairs. But now Titicaca for a par to go 3 up. Yeah, good up and down from the bunker.
Australia 5, Thailand 4.
And Ataya's
Thailand
played
is 3
really
up
solid
with 3
golf,
to
but
play.
just Australia just hasn't made these clutch putts here on this back 9, and in match play, those putts are so important. Wonderful display of sportsmanship right there.
At the 14th, Min-Ji Lee.
curiously, both teams have gone down this left-hand side, which has left them a blind second to that back left hole location. Minjee first with the 7-iron, bravely going over the cypress trees.
Yeah, that looks like it nestled down into some thick rough. Again, just not able to gain any momentum, get anything to go their way, Kay.
No, and that's what it takes, doesn't it? It's a combination of the consistency of the Thai players, plus Australia just not getting that little extra something to spark them. I think we're going to see Moria play this more conservatively to the right and play it down the right edge of the tree line, which will set her up to the center of the green. Really no reason to tempt fate by trying to go over the cypress. Plus, that would be hard for her to do and get enough compression on the shot to hit it up and over.
Yeah, try and hit a little bit of a draw, maybe. If she wants to try and get it closer to that flag stick, but at no point at this stage in the match to do anything too risky.
No, and if it keeps pushing to the right, which the wind may push it right, and she ends up trickling into the rough, they'll have more green to work with from the right-hand side. That was an 8-iron. Wow, that was pretty phenomenal.
Just what she needed to do. Drew it around the tree just a little bit. Beautiful shot.
They can win the match if they win this hole. 4 up as they play the 14th. Sarah Kemp may need to make this one at 14. Third shot, par 4.
Not an easy shot in any regard. She's got the club face laid wide open, has to hit a little flop shot.
Yeah, I would have said definitely has to make that for any chance to come back in this match. And now the Jatanagarn sisters will have a putt to win this match.
And it would be fitting, wouldn't it, if Arya Jatanagarn were the one to roll in the clinching putt. She has been dominant this week. This weekend was Coronation Day, public holiday in Thailand, and it commemorates the king taking the throne back in 1950 in Thailand, and now you've got this Thai team on the verge of being crowned the champions here at Harding Park, and a putt to win it for Arya Jatanagarn. To win the match, not the crown yet.
I don't see a whole lot in this putt. You couldn't ask to be putting from a better position.
Well, they could still win this match, and will if Minjee doesn't make this putt. Or she's allowed to miss 1 or 2, maybe.
Just a little bit tentative there.
Let's go over to the 15th. We're watching Patty Tabatanakit, and Paige McKenzie is with us. Patty, what is she putting for here, the short putt?
This is for par. Hannah Green is in for par, so this is to have the hole, but that's all she needs.
This could all happen very quickly right here.
So that's a win for Patty Tabatanakit.
This has to go. Wow. Circles the hole and drops for Minjee Lee.
Still might be too little too late, but hope is still alive.
Wow.
Finally got something to fall here, this team on this back 9 to extend the match. Rattles it in the hole.
Yeah. So they have to win the next 4 holes and And Steph Kyriakou has to win the next 3 holes against Atthaya Thitikul. No more wiggle room for the Aussies. A point on the board from Patty T. She was in tears this morning when she lost her match to Lilia Vu and realized that her teammates had picked her up and taken her into the championship match. Now she's got the first point on the board for the Thais, and they are closing in. While we have a moment, down to Paige McKenzie.
Secured the first point on the board for Team Thailand in this final match. How would you assess your day in this match?
I feel like I was really patient out there. I knew it was going to be tougher because everyone's tired. Just try to be as consistent as I can, and it kind of helped.
Speak about this Thai team. I saw everybody celebrating yesterday after the win. You seemed a bit emotional. What has this team meant to you?
It means so much, and for us to come all the way this far, it's so great for our country. And like, you can already see there's a lot of rookies this year from Thailand, and like, you know, this is gonna keep making it growing and keep inspiring young people. I'm just so proud of all of us to be able to play and give it all we got, and just try to make, you know, our home country proud.
Well, congrats on the point, and back to you, Grant.
You'd love to see the Hanwha LifePlus International Ground go to Thailand someday.
Yeah, well, we know that the LPGA Tour has had great success with the events in Thailand, and I think this event would be embraced, certainly embraced here today in San Francisco, and we've seen it played in front of huge crowds in Korea before.
All right, so as we said, no more margin for error for the Aussies. They have to win every hole. You've been on both sides of this, Morgan, in Solheim Cup play. You just try to do whatever you can, keep it alive as long as you can, don't you?
Yeah, you just have to go for everything at this point, and backs up against the wall. But these kinds of putts have to start going in. They just haven't been able to get any momentum going in their way today. This afternoon, I should say.
If that do it, we'll see. That may be it. These two players know each other from the LET. I think it's done. It's over. And this crown is fit to be tied. Thailand has won the Hanwha LifePlus International Crown.
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Just a wonderful performance, and the Jutanagarn sisters closing out this match would just be icing on the cake at this point.
Let's go get Boba.
But Atthaya played so beautifully this week.
Unbeaten.
Got it.
Huh?
Thank you very much. Nice one.
Arya Jutanagarn made some critical putts at crucial times. Atthaya just took the air out of her matches, it seemed like. So Thailand has clinched it. And when will they discover that they're the champs?
Back out at the 15th in this foursomes match in the final, and Thailand are getting a drop.
It's going to be a pretty fortunate drop from a sprinkler head that Arya is now going to be able to drop in the first cut of rough instead of the really thick primary rough, and will draw a much better lie.
And we can bring in Davide Lantos from the Ladies European Tour, who's our official in the booth. Pretty standard procedure there, Davide?
Yeah, pretty standard, but it's quite interesting that from like a thick rough, a player can play in the semi-rough. It's still in the general area, so it's fine.
Dropping the ball from the thick rough into a better position, using the rules to your advantage there.
Exactly.
And now, Arya, this shot is going to be a lot easier, Kay.
It sure will, and actually coming in from this left side of the fairway, or even this first cut of rough, gives her an excellent angle. This green kind of sets from left to right.
Do you think they have any idea, Kay?
I think they have an inkling. They heard some mutterings about the fact the 2 matches were done ahead, but I think they're just trying to stay in the moment, thinking about finishing out the hole.
While we have a moment, let's go down to Paige McKenzie.
Well, one of the Thai players that does know what's happening is Atthaya. Great win today. When you think back to this week and what it has meant to you to be able to play for your country, what are your takeaways?
It's I would say it mean a lot to not just me, but like to all countries, and especially for all of us, for my teammates. And then I think it's really incredible work that we put in this week, and then I know everyone put the like all 100% on it for this week to get this trophy for our country.
I know you're anxious to go meet up with your teammates and be able to celebrate this win. Can you describe what this team has felt like to be surrounded by some of your best friends out here?
Well, I mean, like, Mo and Mitz, their sister, they're pretty close to each other, and then Patty, pretty close to the 3, pretty close together. But I'm not really hanging around with them much. But like this week, I feel like we get closer and closer, and then I think it's pretty, like good friendship that we spending time together in this week. And then I think I would say we are one of the best team in the world, and then I think we can beat every team in the world though.
You certainly proved that today. Congratulations on the win. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you, Paige. We'll go back out to the 15th. Thailand missing the green right in the bunker. Where did the Australian pair go here? Kay?
It looked like it went from the green. I think it might have released a little bit long beyond the hole. There's a little confusion out here because Arya and Moria both went over to the rules official to actually see, because they have heard that their fellow countrywomen have won and whether they should continue playing or not.
Karen, you want to give a listen to that pack now?
They want to party.
Well, David Lantos from the Ladies European Tour is in the booth with us. He's part of the officiating team. What is the policy here? Do they have to finish out the match?
It's not necessary to finish out.
Okay.
So,
but they have the discretion.
They have the discretion, yes, correctly.
Okay, so we'll see what they decide to do here.
But if they lead, they lose the match, right?
Yeah, that's also true. So they're gonna keep going until the end, and
unless the other team is, I mean, they're in agreement, I suppose.
Yes, exactly. They can agree on tie the hole.
Tie the rest of the holes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they tie the hole here, and it would be 4-3 victory, right? So,
sure.
Doesn't look like they're going to do that yet. They are going to keep playing.
These are good problems to have.
If you're Team Thailand.
If you're Team Thailand, yes.
And this bunker shot, not a lot of room to work with here for Thailand.
No, there's only about 4 paces of green to work with. And Morgan, I would think this is a very hard moment for the Jutanagarns, because if you know that you've won, it's very hard to stay focused on what you're doing. This match really is becomes meaningless in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I think we've always struggled with that at Solheim Cups when there's still matches left on the course, but it's already been decided, and the winning team just wants to go celebrate. And then you see some uncharacteristic mistakes just because focus is not the same.
And trying to get cute with that one, you can understand. And now Minji is going to play the bunker shot.
Yeah, that second shot of Kemp's had just peeled off enough where it trickled down into the bunker.
Yeah, good shot. It's run a little ways by, but advantage Australia here. And Australia win this hole, they will continue on to the 16th, you would think.
Area may hit a walk-off right here. Just knock it in.
And it's the way to finish. Fitting end.
And that ought to be the last shot, right? Area finishing things off.
As clutch as she's been all week, very fitting. Just, I mean, what a performance from Team Thailand.
5-3. Thailand
Just
wins the international
truly dominating fashion.
11-1 for the week. That was loud, by the way. Yeah, she knows. I think she's happy that it's over more than anything.
Yeah, not wanting to have to, now having the chance to go celebrate.
Yeah. Think of what this means for her, though. This is a two-time major champ who's fallen outside the top 80 in the world. She looked a lot more like #1 in the world this week than 83rd.
She played the best golf I've seen her play in a really long time, and we've got a big major championship season starting soon. I would expect Aria to be right in the mix. She plays like she did this week.
It is Coronation Day for Thailand here in San Francisco. A clean sweep of Australia in the championship matches. They go 11-1 for the week. You look at where these Thai players are in their careers. Atthaya Thitikul, just her second season. Patty Tavatanakit won a major as a rookie on tour, but is climbed back from the depths of an early career crisis. And Patty T showing signs of getting back to that major championship form. Up at the 18th in the consolation match, Sweden and the U.S. Oh, Caroline Hedwell needed to make that one. Playing with Anna Nordqvist, they were brilliant the first 3 days in 4-ball. They were split up into singles this morning and both lost. And they're going to fall here. And a couple of putts here for Danielle Kang playing with Nelly Korda. They lost to the Jatanagarns on this 18th hole this morning, and that's what sent Thailand into the championship. And you think about Aria at the 17th hole to this morning in a match that was tied. The U.S. had fought their way back from 2 down. Aria made the birdie putt. Aria hit a great drive. Mori hit it onto the green, and Thailand eliminated Kang and Korda. But Kang and Korda are going to come back and get a win here. It's a one-up victory over Nordqvist and Hedwall. And so the U.S. finishes third, gets the bronze medal, as we send it down to Kay Cockrell.
Thank you very much. I'm alongside the undefeated Jatanagarn sisters. Congratulations on having such a fabulous week and bringing a win to the international crown for your country of Thailand. First, I just want to ask you both about what it's like to play in this high-level event together and win a big international event.
I feel like it's actually, you know, like first of all, it's such an honor to, you know, represent our country. And of course, like we had a, you know, like a very good team this week, and everyone just give like 100%, you know, for every match. And you know, like a lot of the good players out here, and we just like trying to, you know, like trying to stay there and like just keep committed and you know, like trying to play as solid as we can.
Same question for you. How special is this to play with your sister and win this amazing event?
Such an honor to representing Thailand, you know, like, and I'm gonna say we've been waiting for this since like 2014, my first time, and finally we got what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, you both have played in every single rendition of this Hanwha International Crown. What was the team room like last night? With the chance, you guys knew that you hadn't lost a match, and you were the favorites now to come out here and do what you needed to do today. What did you say to each other to make sure that you played your best game?
Well, you know, like as a team, just support each other, of course, and you know, like make sure you talk about positive stuff. And actually, we didn't really do anything last night. We just like, you know, like eat at the room, like very quick, and just rest.
Well, because it was a big day today, a long day today.
Yeah, you know, like I think yesterday we kind of have a bit of like worry because like we really want to win the tournament, and we kind of talked through it, and then end up everybody just say like, you know what, do our best and let go with no expectation, and we know that the result gonna be great.
Well, the results were great. You both played fabulous, as well as your whole team. Congratulations to you both and Team Thailand for winning the 2023 Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. Amazing. Grant, back to you.
Dominance, just absolutely dominant. 11-1 over the course of, what, 5 sessions, 4 days. They take out seeds 1, 2, and 3 en route to victory. The Americans, the Koreans, and the Japanese teams. And the U.S. wins the consolation match. Madeline Saxton a big victory, but Lexi Thompson wins, and Kang and Korda hold off Nordquist and Headwall. So now a chance to celebrate for Team Thailand. All right, the consolation matches go the way of the U.S. 2-1. Lexi Thompson got a singles victory, and she is with Paige McKenzie.
And Lexi, a good win for your match today and good win for the United States in the consolation bracket. When you look back on this experience and what International Crown means as an event on the LPGA Tour schedule, what's your takeaway?
Honestly, I feel like we're all just so grateful for this opportunity to be able to represent our country. I think it's a great idea. You know, Solheim's just U.S. against Europe, but International Crown came in, and now 7 or 8 different countries can represent their country in teams. And it's just a great opportunity for these girls to be able to wear their country's colors and come out and represent, because golf is such an individual sport that a lot of these girls don't get that opportunity very often, too.
Well, and speaking of, United States does get a chance to play Solheim Cup, and you do have a chance to be with this kind of team aspect. What in particular about this foursome of girls that competed for Team USA is most special?
Well, these girls are great. Coming into the week, we're like, all right, well, who wants to play with who? I'm like, well, we all get along with each other, and we know each other's games pretty well, and we're all playing good golf. So it didn't really matter, I feel, with how we matched up. I think we were all going to really embrace each other's energies and golf games and be there for one another, and that's all about team golf.
When speaking of energy, a lot more fans out today. The weather was a better condition for the fans to come out. How unique is it for the different fans to be able to represent and cheer for so many different countries?
I think it's great. Having team events like this, I think, brings a wider fan base for us. I think fans really enjoy it. I think there's a lot more energy out here and people cheering and everything. We got big crowds today, so I think it's important for women's golf in general too to have these events.
What about the match play aspect of this event? A little bit of change in format this year. How much does that change your approach to the game?
Yeah, match play in general, it's a whole different ball game, teeing it up, because you never know, whoever you get can play just lights out and you lose. But you just take it one shot at a time and it can flip by switch. So you just really have to focus on your own game and kind of base it off the other person's game too, shot by shot. But I think it's a great format. Tiring this last day a little bit, but I think it was great for International Crown. We're just very grateful that Hanwha came in and took over this event and brought it back.
Well, I appreciate the time, and congratulations again on today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Back to you.
Okay, Paige, thank you as we welcome you here to the booth at the TPC Harding Park. Morgan, this event began on Thursday with pool play, and the first teams out were the 2 Thai teams. Both won, Ataya Titakun and Patty Tavatanik, and then the Jatanagarn sisters after. They were unbeaten in pool play. They lost only 1 match the entire week, start to finish. They were not just good, they were great, weren't they?
They were the best 4 golfers on this golf course this week. The best teams, they paired up really well together. Of course, the Jatanagarn sisters, but Patty and Ataya really paired up nicely as well, and then went on their own here today in just dominating fashion. All three of the matches this afternoon won by 4 up leads, and it was just, Thailand is proving that they are a powerhouse in women's golf, and they are inspiring the next generation. I think a lot of that is the LPGA Tour event that has been played in Thailand for the last decade plus. Inspired some of these youngsters out here today, and now these youngsters will continue to inspire the next generation. And I don't think that there's going to be any shortage of young Thai superstars coming out of that country.
Yeah, when you were joining the LPGA Tour, there were just a couple of players from Thailand even out on the LPGA Tour, and now they are the winners of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. And just thinking about what it means for each of these different players. Ariya Jutanugarn has been to the very top of the mountain, hasn't she, in women's golf? #1 in the world, twice a major champion. Patty Tavatanakit knows what it's like to win a major, like you winning the Chevron Championship at a very early age. But when you think about where those two players in particular have been over the last year or so, how important and special might it be for them?
I think it's a bit of the reason why their seeding was on the lower side.
Yeah.
Because,
6th, yeah.
Because they had both fallen a decent amount in the rankings, but they are showing return to their form that got them to major champion Ariya, #1 in the world. And sometimes these types of team events, learning from the other players around you, is the only time you get the opportunity to learn from players who you typically play against week in, week out, sharing secrets and ways to really win, and understanding the mindset of these other players. And we've seen it time and time again. These team events really inspire individuals onto amazing things post team events.
Yeah, the Jutanugarns are the veterans, but it is the 20-year-old Ataya Titigun, 5th in the Rolex rankings. She was unbeaten this week. So were the Jutanugarns, and the Thais are tops in San Francisco. And let's see if those crowns fit. They have been brilliant this week.
Handcrafted the awards for the winners of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. The 20-pound sterling silver trophy stands at 23 inches high and includes a custom cast crown. Tiffany & Co. also handcrafted the sterling silver crowns. The entire suite of awards takes Tiffany artisans over 140 hours to complete, reinforcing their relentless dedication to their craft. And as you can see, President Yo and Commissioner Molly Marcusamon presenting the Tiffany crowns to the winning players. We're also proud to unveil this week a new element to the week's festivities. The Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown MVP Award is presented to the player who has had the most impact on her team, both inside and outside the ropes. The trophy, made of 1.32 ounces of pure gold, is designed after the 63 building in Seoul, the site of the Hanwha Group headquarters. The award was voted on by members of the international media contingent on site here at TPC Harding Park, as well as representatives from Hanwha and the LPGA. And on behalf of Hanwha LIFEPLUS and the LPGA, we are honored to present the inaugural MVP award to Ariya Jutanugarn. Ariya, you are the MVP of the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. Ariya with a lot of hardware to carry here, but a wonderful end to the week and a fitting end for the way that Thailand carried themselves on and off the golf course, with some tremendous play from Ariya Jutanugarn. So, Grant, we bring this trophy ceremony to a close, and we look forward to 2025 and beyond for the Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown. Back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. And soon we'll know where the 2025 Hanwha LIFEPLUS International Crown will be staged. It's likely somewhere in Asia, possibly Korea, where Hanwha is based. That's been the hardest part of the week, I think, keeping the crowns on.
There's a lot of hardware they have to manage right there. Think about how long it took to make those crowns. You don't want to drop it.
No, no. They fit.